So NLP is actually quite a respectable body of knowledge that has a background in a number of intellectual disciplines. NLP, according to our model here, seems to have drawn on general semantics, on linguistics, on hypnosis, on Gestalt therapy. It takes into account ecology and family therapy and metaphors. And so really becomes a study of what works. It really is a study of how do you produce results? What kind of results do you want to produce? And how would you produce results in any one of three areas? In business, in education, and in therapy. Business, education, and in therapy. And I think all of those are very, very, very important. Now let's define NLP before we go any further. And why don't you take and turn to page 6 in your notebook. Page 6, which is a definition of NLP. Now, our definition of NLP, and this is the traditional definition, it essentially takes the three words, and let's look at each of the three words. Neuro relates to the nervous system, which is the mind, and through which our experience is processed by way of the five senses, which are visual, auditory, kinesthetic, olfactory, and gustatory. Linguistic relates to language and other nonverbal communication systems through which our neural network representations are coded and ordered and given meaning. And this includes pictures, sounds and feelings, taste and smells, and the words we use, which are the self-talk. Now, programming relates to the ability to discover and utilize the programs that we run inside ourselves, the things we do inside our heads, and also that others do, so that we can achieve our own specific and desired outcomes. In other words, NLP is how do you use the language of the mind to consistently achieve our specific and desired outcomes. NLP is really the study of excellence. How do we discover excellence wherever it is and then utilize that in such a way that we can create change in ourselves and others? With all that in mind, what I'd like to do now is go back to page 7 and let's look at that internal representation again, because that probably seems to be real key. At least I hope it does in your mind.